Sorry for the delay. So let me quickly share you the link out. So the network is kind of, and we're having problem with the microphone. Okay. So I think we are now connected now. So let's start. So get your pen ready and everything we are going to be needing for the class. Okay. Okay, let's start now. So it's like this. It's not like we are really doing any topic, any subject. It's just like an overview for my. It's just for like an overview of my notes. I hope you understand. The note that I use for my own jam. Now, we will be able to do this. Okay. So now we are now going to do English first. That's the first subject we are firstly going to do. So we are starting with what? English. So we have something in English called idioms. When you're talking of idioms, idioms are called idiomatic expression. That is, you are going to be using they are like, let me change the color and take your pen and book and write. Idioms, they are like words that they are not really direct words. For example, if I say green horn now, you cannot be saying a horn that is green. I hope you understand. So they are somehow they looks like figures of speech, but they are not really figures of speech. So you need to know them. I hope you understand. So especially in English, it's very important. Now the first idioms I'm going to be telling you here is what? White elephant project. Now white elephant project is like this. It's like maybe you have a project that is not up to maybe your house, the house you are living. Normally, on the even with the condition of Nigeria, your house costs just maybe what 10 million naira. Maybe say just a normal bungalow. Now a person is now say telling you that you should build it at what 1 billion naira. You see that that one is what is a white elephant project. So that's what we call what white elephant project. So what is the meaning of white elephant project? So if you there are some of them, if you know them, drop them in the comment section. So white elephant project is a what? A project, a project that does not what? That does not what? The money invested on it. The money invested on it. Please be writing something down. You know that I'm really spending my time. If you are not writing anything down in this class, you are wrong. Now we are going to green. Green. When they say a person is green in a particular field, green means whenever you see the color green, though we can use it for money at times, but whenever a money is in green, a person is green. So we can also say it is what green on, just like what I used here. So green horn. So green, anything green. Just know that that green means what? Inexperience. Inexperience. That is a person that is not experienced. That is a novice. Amateur. Maybe a person is just starting in engineering field now. You are going to say the person is what? Is green in that field. So let me say it now. Ade is a fresh graduate. So he is green in the field of engineering. Maybe he's a graduate of engineering. Maybe civil engineering or chemical engineering. So You are going to say it's what? It's a green. It's green. I hope you understand. So it's green. Or you can even say a greenhorn. So it's a greenhorn. So it's green in the field of engineering. Just imagine a fresh graduate. How do you expect him to start doing the things of the what? Of a real graduate. So you cannot expect him to do more. Do you understand? So that's just it. So a fresh graduate. So he's a novice. He's an amateur. Now when I talk about red letter day, red letter day is a what? Is a memorable day. Maybe that day you gain admission to university. It's a day you cannot never what? Forget in your life. So you can say, let me give you an example. The day I gained I gained admission is my red is a red letter day. It's a red letter. Sorry that I'm jumping everything up. There's no space because we have a lot to cover. So when they now let's go to another thing. Call a spade a spade. So a spade is just like a shovel. Spade is just is a digging tool, just like a shovel. So whenever you see spade, call a spade a spade. Now let me tell you something about idiom. Idiom. If you see an option in when they say Jamb will always ask you something on something relating to idioms or phrasal verb. They will not tell you to interpret it. You will, if you are conversant or you are good in solving past questions in English, you would have seen them. They will ask you to find in one of them. Normally, they normally have just 5 questions on them every year. That's the pattern Jamb normally asks questions. Oral English, it can be 10. In passage, I think that's 5 questions. Register, I think that's 10. So they have pattern. In Concord maybe 10 or fill in the gap 10. Synonyms, I think that's 5. Opposite antonyms, that's 5. So that's the structure. So they may just let me now count it. 10 plus 10, 20, 30. So that's 50. So the remaining 10, they may now ask you what on the novel that you read. So just know it. They may ask you 5 questions on interpretation. So they call this one is under interpretation. So if you are good, that's why you need to solve a lot of past questions. I hope you understand. So you need to what? Solve a lot of past questions. Do you get? So that's just it. You need to solve what? A lot of past questions. So that's the structure in every year. So don't forget that Jamb doesn't set more than just 60 questions every year. So and I've written up to what? 60 questions. So that's just it. 60 questions. That's it. So 10 questions on the novel, maybe 10 questions. You may, if you are lucky, you will see 10 questions. So 5 questions on synonyms, that is nearest in meaning. If you don't know synonyms, nearest in meaning. Antonyms, opposite in meaning. 10 questions on maybe oral English. Maybe 10 questions. If you are, make sure you write them. All these things I'm saying. So just like you will know how to prepare very well. Now, call a spade means to say the complete truth. So you can also call it to hit the nail on the head. To hit the nail on the head. To hit the nail on the head. So to say the word complete truth. So that's just it. To say the complete truth. So that's just it. Not that you'll be lying. So to say what? To say the complete truth. So you have not been doing English since. So it's because there's not time. But English also cannot be underestimated. Now let's go to another idioms. To keep someone at arm's length. So to keep someone at arm's length is to prevent someone to come closer to you. So to keep someone at arm's length is that you are, for example, the way you are watching this video now, raise up your hand and lift your hand to the front of yourself. That is, you should stretch forth your hand. You see it now. So you keep someone at arm's length. You will see that if someone now stay in front of that arm, you will see that that person is not so close to you. I hope you understand. So it means to keep someone at arm's length is that to prevent someone to what? Come closer to you. So to prevent someone to prevent someone from coming closer to you. I hope you understand. So that's to keep at arm's length. Now, when we are talking of to nip the bud. So here we have Yoruba for it in our own place here, but I will not say it because you guys are not in my own tribe. I will not be saying it. So because it's good for us to say something that will benefit everyone. So we have a particular tree called Iroko tree. So that Iroko tree, when it is still young, it is easy for you to kill it. So, but when it is large, it's a very very large tree. When it is large, it will not be easy for you to stop it again from growing. So to nip the bud is just like it, but it's still more easy. So to nip the bud means to prevent a problem in the what early stage. To what? To prevent a problem at what? At early stage. Another one is to what? To clip a bird feather. Now let us do something practical. Let's do something practical. If you are a person that is familiar to an hen, if you take a hen feather, will the hen be able to move? Just tell me. Just drop it in the comment section. Will the hen be able to move if you clip the feather? That is, you take the hen in this feather. You don't let it go. So will the hen go? So it can never go. So to clip the feather means to reduce one's capacity to operate. So that's to what? To clip the feather. To what? To reduce one's capacity to operate. So that's just it. So idioms is very simple. So to operate. So sorry about that. Now, life is not the bed of roses. I made a mistake. There's a mistake there. So bed of rose. So you know that rose is one of the flowers that is very 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 beautiful. So it's something it so when we are using rose, yeah. So rose means something that is pleasant. So what they are trying to tell us is life is not the bed of rose means you cannot always enjoy life the way you like. So for example, you just get married now. You don't expect everything to be full of so there will be ups and downs in marriage. I hope you understand. So that's what they mean by what? Life is not the bed of rose. Do you get? So if you get, drop it in the comment section. So you cannot just enjoy life every time. So life is not a what? Bed of rose. So it means you can't what? Enjoy life all the time. So there's sometimes you have disagreement, though you may not fight. So, but there's a time there will be disagreement, maybe ups and downs, maybe there's no money or something happen. So life is not a bed of rose. It means you cannot always enjoy life. You can't always enjoy life. Now to smelt a rat. So when you're talking of to smelt a rat, to smelt a rat means to run away. If you look at a rat, whenever you just come near a rat, you're going to notice the rat is going to what? Run away. Or have you seen a rat that has the confidence to still stay in front of you? It means that rat, you need to run away from that rat. You still have the confidence to still stay in front of you. So it can never stay in front of you. So a rat will run away. Except if that rat is a witchcraft rat. So that's just it. So to smelt a rat means so I normally I should be using example so that you can understand. So to run, that's the meaning of to smelt a rat. Now, wait, this is an example. When the armed robber heard the voice of the siren, police siren, they what? They smelt the rat. So I will not be able to write it because of our time. To receive a pat on the back. to receive a pat on the back. So to receive a pat in back is like, for example now, if you are if you want to maybe do something now and someone is at your back, he is ready to give you the support that you need. So that's what to receive the pat at the back. So that's just it. So to receive the support of what? To it means what? To receive the approval. So means what? Approval of someone's plan. Now, for the brainstorming session, you guys normally do. The brainstorming session you guys normally do. So to receive the pat on the back is that if I tell maybe Emmanuel, or if I tell who else again, Damilola, to do the brainstorming session. So it means I give her a pat on the back, or I give him a pat on the back. That is, I give him approval to do it. Now, when you are talking of backlog of salary is that if you look at some times, there are some government workers that they are not paid. So backlog of salaries means if you look at the word back, so you see that that thing is a negative word. So backlog of salary means salary arrears. Salary what? Arrears. So when we are talking of if someone died in a cold blood, a blood that is very cold. So when we are talking of cold blood, is what? An unexpected death. Maybe the Dende is not expecting to die that time. So someone now killed the person unexpected. So it's a and what? Cold blood means an unexpected death. Unexpected death. So that's cold blood. Now to have a raw. You look at the word raw deal. So a deal that is raw. So you should know that. That's just it. So if you know it, drop it in the comment section. To have a what? A raw deal. So a raw deal means what? An unfair or harsh treatment. So that's a raw deal. So let's go to the next slide. Now, to make a splash with something. To make a splash with something. So to make a splash with something means to call someone attention to something. To call someone attention. So that's just it. So it's very simple. Another thing is you're advised to make a holo twice. Holo twice. Holo twice. Holo twice. Holo twice. If you know it, drop it at the comment box. All right. To make holo twice means to to kind of make a decision before you do something. So it's like to make what? A decision about something before taking a decision. So holo twice means an unsigned agreement. Sorry for that. An unsigned agreement. Sorry, Jerry. It means that your advice to make holo twice means is to make a valid agreement. There's a mistake in that place. So it's a valid agreement. So the idiom, let me try to make some clarification there. what I actually wrote is not correct. So that's why you need to be vigilant. Follow twice. So follow twice actually means, oh, sorry about that. I'm actually correct. The sentence is, you are advised not to make a holo twice. You are advised. It means, for you, no, holo twice means unsigned agreement. Unsigned agreement. Yes, I'm correct. Unsigned agreement. Holo twice means unsigned agreement. So what they are saying is that there are some agreements some people will make. They will not. They will not sign it. Imagine you borrow someone money, this new Nigeria, and you don't even make an agreement. The person can deny, and when you get to the court, the person will win. The person will say no, 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 no evidence. So you are advised not to make. I thought the sentence was, you are advised to make holo twice. I don't know, the sentence was you are advised not to. So that's just it. Let's go to the mature men. Mature men and women do not find it difficult to rub their shoulders together. To rub their shoulders together, or to rub mind together. So that one is actually to interact. So to rub their shoulders means to what? To interact. To take heart. Maybe someone, though I reject that for you guys. Maybe a person died. So they will say the person should take heart, was whatever. So that's it. Take heart. Take heart means to be courageous. So to be what? Courageous. So please be writing. If you are not writing, you are wrong. Go. As clear as whistle. As clear as whistle. Sorry, it is not there. It is as clear. As clear as whistle. So it means very clear. So if I say my voice in this live video is as clear as whistle, so it means it is what? Very, very clear. So please, let's continue. Now, to talk like a book. To talk like a book. To talk like a book means to talk in an awkward manner. To talk in an awkward manner. What's the meaning of awkward? If you know the answer, drop it in the comment section. When they say someone talk in an awkward manner, so Ade is just talking like a book. So it means awkward manner. What's the meaning of awkward? Drop it in the comment section. I don't say you go and check your dictionary. What's the meaning of awkward? So that's not awkward. So awkward means uninteresting. That is, that person's mouth is not sweet. You know, when there some people talk to you, you feel like, what is this person saying? You should just keep quiet. The person is not talking in a interesting way. You know, when some people do comedy for you, you will feel like the person should continue. But these people, when they talk, you will feel as if they should just shut up their mouth. So it means that person is talking like a book. So that's the idiom. I don't say you go and use it to insult people, though it will help you if you can be using them in sentence. But I don't say you should be using it to insult people. I hope you understand. Now, Nigeria economy is at low ebb. So Nigeria economy is what? At low ebb. So it means it is in a what? Bad state. And this note I wrote, I think is around maybe 2020 or 2021. And Nigeria economy is still at low ebb. So Nigeria will be better, sha. Nigeria economy is at low ebb, so it means in a bad state. So it's in a bad state. So let's still look at some of them. Treading on one's toes. For example, now, one of you guys, I just step on your toes. Will you be happy with me? So you will not be happy with me to step. Okay, guys, please can you give me some time? I want to quickly ease myself. I will be right back. Because I'm just. I don't want to pollute in the video so that they will not be hearing. Okay, welcome back, guys. You already see me talking already, so let's continue the class. So now I want you guys to all the things you have learned on the idioms. I want you guys to drop it in the comment section. If you are really writing, drop it in the comment section now. Or should I stop the class? So don't disconnect. All of you should join now. I'm waiting for you. I'll be doing what I have to do here. Okay. So let's continue. So I will be checking your comment section now. Wow. Can you go and collect your phone? So let's continue, guys. Sorry for the delay. I will checking your comment now. Okay, let's continue because of our time. So another thing we have is banks on. If I said a person should not bank on his father's wealth, so it means you should not rely. There are some people you should not rely on. There are some people you should not rely on in your life. So bank sons means rely on. Banks on means what? Rely on. That's just it. I don't know where when this class will end though. So prepare yourself. Prepare yourself and subscribe a lot of data. I don't know when the class will end. If you want to go and sleep, go and sleep. But this class, I'm not sure when it will end. The only thing that will help me to end this class now is because of the way I'm feeling now. So that's just it, because we have a lot to cover. It's a complete note. Even it is too higher education that I want to do tonight, but it's not that I'm doing it tonight, but we must finish it before Jamb. Am I permitted? So it's because of you guys. If I'm permitted, drop it in the comment section. So though we are not ending it today, but I want us to end it before Jamb. So some people are experiencing network issue. So I'm trying to check them up. That's why I am delaying the video. Okay. Uh, Emmanuel said I'm permitted. So it means it is still connected. So if you are still connected, message me with sir, I'm connected, sir. Because I'm not sure if this network is still connected. So just said I'm connected, sir. I'm trying to check up. I'm using my phone to check and with my laptop. So with the laptop rather. So let's continue. We have talked about, so I want you guys to list out the the things that we have done, the idioms we have done. Drop it in the comment section. The idioms we have done so far. Banks on, I've thought it is what? Rely on. Olo twice on signed agreements. Now, what is the meaning of chip off the old block? If you know the meaning, drop it in the comment section. Chip off the old block. Chip off the old block. Now, there are some people that they resemble their father very well. So, to chip up the old block now, let me use this example. What this question, this our senior boy was used as an example doing those tutorial then. This note is my tutorial notes then. So that's why you can see the benefit of doing writing notes. What if I don't write my notes? Will I be able to use it now? So that's the benefits. You can still come back to it without checking your textbook. So, and I don't have textbook for all these things. It's our teacher that's teaching us. So it's actually a tutorial. So banks. So chip off the old block means to what? To resemble someone. But if I say chip off the old block, I can use the example Ayo is chip off the old block. Let me just use it like Ayo is a chip off the old block. So chip off the old block means to resembles one father. To resembles one's father. Iyanu is chip off the old block. So let's continue. Another one is to take shots in the dark. To take shots in the dark. To take shots in the dark. To take shots in the dark means to guess about something. To take shots in dark is, for example, now you want to take camera. Will you go inside a dark place? You know that normally when you want to maybe doing the crossover night, so people normally take picture in the night. So you should be expecting something dark. At the same time, You should be expecting something clear. I hope you understand. So to take shot in the dark means to get about something, to guess about something. That's just it. So let's continue. Please, guys, you have not been listing the idioms I said you should list to. Should I end the class? The idioms you have learned so far. If you are not dropping it, I may end the video now, because I won't like something so in the aspect that you are just watching the video without dropping anything. And some of you are here to follow me after watching the video. You didn't follow me. So there's a follow button in the page. So after the class, go there and follow, so that I won't be sending you the link every time. You just come to my group, my page, and just join. There are some of you, even if I just come to Facebook like this, if if I would just say I want to just test the Facebook live, they will just join immediately. There's one guy like that. I want to do one in 4 o'clock in the morning. He joined. So that's it. Follow me, so that I won't be sending you the link every time. So please, let's go to another subject now. Okay, let's do one more thing. Okay, treading on someone's toes. Yes, treading on someone's toes. I've talked about that, but I forgot to. So, if, for example, now if I tread on your toes, so you will know that you will not be happy with me. So, treading on someone's toes means to offend someone. So that's the meaning, to offend someone. So you can see idioms is very, very simple. Or is it that? It's very, very, very simple. Or engage someone in a fight. In a fight. I hope you understand. So that's just it. So let's continue again. Which one we are here to do? Okay, let's still do this. Let's do this. Now, if I say Yemi usually sticks out, stick out his neck. So it means to do something. Stick out his neck. So it means to do something. Let me use STH. Something is STH. So to do something that could bring someone's problem. That could bring one's problem. So it means Yemi is looking for what? Something that will bring him problem. So that's just it. So stick out his neck means to do something that could bring one's problem. So that's just it. Let's go to the next. So that's for idioms. So let's go to another subject now. I'm trying to create new slides so that we not have to be. So all the idioms you have learned so far, I want you to be dropping them now. Please drop them now. So all the idioms you've learned so far, because it will help you to remember very well. If something you type, imagine. But if you are not dropping them, you are not helping yourself, honestly. So drop them now. So drop them now. So let's go back because of our time. So I think I should do the next thing here is, which subject is that? Is mathematics. Yes. The next thing now is what? Mathematics. So if you are doing mathematics, please take note of this. So we'll be doing any subject that cross our paths. So the goal is to cover a lot. So the question is, if g of x, so if you are not doing mathematics, please don't off the video now because you are not doing mathematics. Mathematics is very, very important. So if g of x is equals to x squared plus 3x, they now say we should find g of x. Then I was okay. Then I wanted to study mechanical engineering. Then so that's why is mathematics in my notes. But then, despite the fact I want to study mechanical engineering, then I was still attending biology class. So, but the next year that I chose medicine, so I I it was easy for me to navigate. So that's the essence. Now, in questions like this is how you do it. They say g of x is x squared plus 3x plus 4. So this is how you will do it. If you want to do g of x plus 1, you know that ordinarily when x was here, we have the equation to be x, 3x, and 4, right? Now, this is what you are now going to do. Instead of now having x, you know that when we have x, we have just x here, x here. I hope you understand. Instead of now having x here, we now have x plus 1. So it means whenever you see x, just be putting x plus 1 there. I hope you understand. So it means in place of this x, we are going to be having what? X plus 1. I hope you understand. Please be writing. Those of you doing mathematics. So 3x plus 4. So that's just it. You see, it's very, very simple. So g of x plus 1 is equals to, if you that are not doing mathematics, master it also. So normally I'm not supposed to be doing this because most of you guys that are my students are not mathematics students. So I shouldn't be doing it, but I have to do it. They should also learn. I hope you understand. But if you don't encourage me, I will not do it again. So x times x, you know how we normally multiply. We have x squared. X times this plus x plus 1 plus 3x plus 4. So s squared plus, so we have s squared plus 2x plus 3x plus 5. So we now have g x plus 1 is equals to s squared plus 5x plus 5. So that's just it. Now, the question said we should find g of x plus 1 minus g of x. So that one is simple. Sorry about that. I made a mistake in the question. I should put x plus 1 here. Sorry about that. It's crossed my mind. You know that I'm used to the thing. Sorry about that. That one is going to waste our time. Let me try to use something easy. Yes, that's my magic pen. Sorry about that mistake. Oh shit. So we have, instead of normal ordinary x, we are having x plus 1. So we cannot make this. That's why mathematics is good. If you are in your own exam, you cannot. You see that we make that mistake in this, in at home. So you cannot make that mistake again. That's what my mathematics teacher normally tell me then. That any mistake we make in class, let it be something you will be remembering when you are doing it real life. X times x, so don't forget x squared plus x plus 1 plus 3x plus 3 plus 4. So we now having what? S squared plus 2x plus 1 plus 3x plus 7. So that's just g of x plus 1 is equals to s squared plus, so 5x plus 8. So that's just it. So we are through with that. But they said we should find g of x plus 1 minus g of x. I hope you understand. So that's just it. So we are now going to be having, so you just bring this and you just minus it from this. So that's just all. So it will now be s squared plus 5x plus 8 minus s squared plus 3x plus 4. S squared plus 5x minus s squared minus 3x minus 4. X square cancel N square. 5x minus 3x, 2x, x minus 4. That is plus 4. So that's just it. So that's the final answer. So our final answer is just 2x plus 4. And you don't see 2x. If you don't see, Jamb can be tricky. You may not see 2x plus 4 in your option. So if you don't see in your option, just know that they will just put it like this. So that's just it. So let's continue. Let me still look for other questions that we have here. Okay. We have RS. So these are the questions. So Jamb mathematics is simple. It's very, very simple. Rather. So RS plus TR minus PT minus PS. They now said find the factor of this reaction. So they asked us to find the what? The factor. Find the factor so let me firstly now try it now. Yes. Now, if you look at RS plus TR, PT minus PS, if you look at it, which one is common between TR, between in RS and TR? What is common? So you will look at it, that is R. Between T and PT and PS, what is common? That is P. So just make R the subject, bring it out. So that will be S plus T minus, bring P out here also. So that will be P into what? C. But it must not be minus. So you know that if you use it minus, we are going to be having plus here. What I'm saying is it must be plus here, plus S. The reason why I say that is that when you now multiply it will now be minus PT. I hope you understand. Minus PS. Because if you put minus here, you're going to be having plus, because minus times minus will give you what? Plus. So you must not put minus here. So it will be what? Minus. Whenever you're having minus here, just put plus here, because minus times minus plus will give you what? Minus. So you would have learned that in your GSS3. Minus times minus plus, plus times minus minus. Or should I still be teaching you primary school things? So plus times minus. So plus. Plus times plus rather. Plus. So R minus P. So they now say we should find the factor. Factor means what is common between them. That is what is common. What is common? So the factor is what? What is common. So that is now be what? R and minus P. So R minus P, S plus T. So our factor is this. But adding mean we have S plus T in our option. So S plus T can also be our what? Factor. But in that option that I have, though I didn't write the option, R minus P is my what? Option. So factor is something that is common. That is S plus T can be common, because S plus T, take note, S plus T is the same thing as T plus S. I hope you know that. So don't say that we have S plus T here, we have T plus S here. So they are the same thing. But you cannot say T minus S is equals to S minus T. So that one is not equal. So that's different. So that's just different. So let's continue. Though T minus S can also be minus S plus T. And this one also to be minus T plus S. Yes, that can still be correct. But for that one, it cannot be. Let's go to another question. Let me see, look for another question that we have here. So the question I have there is just quadratic question. You guys know it already. You guys are stopped. You can even teach me. So I'm going to be leaving that. So in this question, they draw a structure for you like this. They now say you should be saying the functional group. So we have moved to chemistry like that. So you can see that I told you that I'm just doing brief overview of my notes. Oh, I saw a question here. So don't let us go to chemistry. That is very important in mathematics. So let's still continue in mathematics. They say we should divide This question is very important. We should divide s cube plus 7s squared plus x plus 7 by 1 plus s squared. Now, if you know this, please quickly do it in the comment section. Quickly do it. I'm waiting for you. Though I will still start my own now, but quickly do it now. You guys are not dropping your comment section or your comment too. Should I stop the class? Because I don't understand. I can be spending time for you. I will tell you to do something, you not do it. Okay. You guys can hear me clearly. So I'm still checking. I'm checking my phone to know whether you guys are connected. So and you guys are connected. What is stopping you from doing the needful? So that's you know that's what is normally called. I'm dedicating my time. So please let's be the idioms. I've not seen it though. I've not seen that idioms. I say you should drop. So drop it now. I'm waiting for you. So let me quickly do it because of our time. But still be doing your own, oh. But you can check the way I do it my own. So this is called the what? Dividend. If they ask you what's the name of this, it's called the dividend. At times, Jamb will not. This I told you, recent Jamb is not it's not difficult again. They will just ask. They will not say you should divide it. They will just ask you which one is the dividend. This is your dividend, and this is your divisor. So know that. So s cube plus 7s squared plus x plus 7. So this is what you are dividing. So it's your dividend. Then we have 1 plus s squared. So now this is what you'll be doing. Let me rewrite it because we cannot divide with just 1. So let me rewrite it like this. Now this is what you'll be doing. You will take the first thing here. You'll be dividing it with sorry about that. I think I've made a mistake. This one should be on the top. Sorry about that. The dividend should be here. No one is an island of knowledge. I've forgotten. I placed the dividend at the quotient place. Though I'm not supposed to tell you what this one is. I want to finish it before telling you, but I've already break the news already. Now, this is what you'll be doing. Divide this by this. That will be s cube over s square, right? S square in s cube. So that is what x. For example, now s cube is what x times x over x times x. So that will be xs. So it remain what just x. I will not be doing it for all of them like that too. So you now multiply this by all of them. X times s square. That will be s cube. X times 1. That will be x. So this will s cube. Don't forget you will put minus here. S cube minus s cube 0. Bring minus times x. So that will be minus x, right? Now 7s square minus x, it cannot go. So automatically you just bring it down. This is what I mean. 7s square plus x. Okay, let me do it like this. Okay, let me do it like this. 7x squared. This one will be minus now. Minus x. You know that normally we normally just add them together, but this they are having different power, so you cannot minus them from each other or add them together. So it will now be minus x. Look at it. Plus 7x squared. Now bring this plus x down. So it will now be what? X cancel x. So that's just it. I hope you understand the way I did it. If you don't understand, please indicate. So now we still have, you still do the same thing again. S squared in 7x squared. S squared cancel S squared. So just bring your plus 7 here. Do you get? Now bring it again. 7 times S squared. So that will be what? That will be what? 7s squared. Bring 7 again. 7 times 1. So 7. So that's just it. 7s squared minus 7s squared. So that will be 0. Bring minus times plus. Minus 7 minus 7. 0. If you look at it here, we get what? 0 remainder. And we get x plus 7 as our what? Quotient. Now, whenever you are getting a remainder for a polynomial, we normally call this function a polynomial. So whenever you are getting a 0 remainder for a polynomial, so it means this 1 plus s squared is the factor of the polynomial. Though the question doesn't ask us that, but I just have to add that. So it's the factor of the polynomial. It's the factor of polynomial. So that's just it. So that's just it. So let's continue. So now let's move to chemistry. Yes. So chemistry. Let's move to chemistry. I know you guys will be excited now. So I'm moving to chemistry. So now chemistry. Please take note of everything I'm saying. So if I draw a compound now, like this, look at this compound. I think there's a problem in this diagram. Let me redraw it. You know, then I was the learner then, so there will be a mistake in my notes. Okay. I think the okay, yes. I think they put double bond here. So you'll be having yes, just hydrogen here, yes. Now they now ask us how many, tell us the functional group that are here. So they have to tell us the what? List out the functional group. Now, in one of the video, if I can still remember, I've given you the functional group. I gave you a video on functional group. So you guys should tell me the functional group you can see in this question. Write it down. Write out the functional group that you know that is there. So I will start because of our time, but drop it in the comment section now. Drop it now. Sorry about that. Oh, wow. Wow. I just discovered something, so that's why I'm saying wow. Wow, I didn't know something like this exists. Wow. New discovery. So wow. So okay. So this is what? This is a functional group. I hope you understand. I told you single bond is the functional group for alkane. So we have our first functional group. That's alkane. It owns what? Single bond. Alkane. That's another functional group. double bond. I hope you understand. OH, don't forget, OH is the functional group for alkanol. That is minus OH. And alkanol, they are what? The name of their group is hydroxyl group. Don't forget. Hydroxyl what? Group. Now, this one, I told you about ester. That ester, I don't say sister Esther. Ester are alkyl alkanoids. I told you they are used for fruit flavor. I even use an illustration for you. They normally look like this. RCORO R. If you look at it, it resembles it. So we have Esther there also. Esther. It's not sister Esther. You see, look at the spelling. Esther. So that's his own name. That's how he derived the name. Now, when this, though Jamb may not ask you, but probably they may ask you. We are moving to another aspect now. That cyclopropane. How will you drop the structure of cyclopropane? So we have what we call cyclic compound. If you watch my video on introduction to organic compound, you would have seen something like this. Cyclopropane. If they ask you to draw it, you know that propane, anything prop, it means three hydrogen, three carbon rather. So now you know that propane, normally in propane, you know that propane, pane, you know that normally alkane, they have the what? General formula CN H2N plus 2, right? Now for cyclo compound, anything cyclic compound, you'll be removing 2 from them. So it means if methane is CH4, though there's nothing like cyclomethane, and there is nothing like cycloethane. So it starts from propane. Do you get? There's nothing like cyclomethane. There's nothing like cycloethane. So it starts from what? Protein. So it means if propane is C3H8, cyclopropane will be what? If you know it, drop it in the comment section. So cyclopropane will be C3H6. You guys are not dropping your comment too. I don't like that too. You are not helping matters. Or should we end the class? So cyclopropane is C3H6. So whenever we now have butane now, you know butane is C4H10, right? Now, what will cyclopropane be? So cyclobutane will be what? Drop it in the comment section. So that will be C4H8. So it means cyclopropane or cyclobutane is just like alkene. You know that alkene, they have just C and H2N. That is, you just remove 2 from alkene. So it means alkene is equal to, it's like it's not that they are really equals to cyclic compound, but in terms of the number of hydrogen, they have the same number of hydrogen and number of carbon. Now if they now ask you to draw the structure for, sorry about that, why am I even having Evans safe? So now if they ask you to draw the structure for cyclopropane, if I draw it like this, I'm correct. So this is cyclopropane. Please take note. Just triangle. If they ask me to draw it in another way, I can draw it like this. Look at it though. You see it? This is carbon. This is carbon. This is carbon. This is carbon. And I draw hydrogen like this. 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 Though they may not ask you something like this, but I just want you to know. But if it's a butane, you know that is 4 sides. You now draw a square with 4 sides. So this is cyclobutane. So that's just it. So that's just it. In the complete. So that's just it though. Shall I move mountains? So that's just it. So let's continue. So that's just, if you want to draw pentane, you should know how to draw it. Sorry. So you just draw 5 sides, just like you are drawing pentagon. So that's how you be drawing it. Now cyclohexane, it looks like benzene, but it's not benzene. If you see a compound like this, it is cyclohexane. I hope you understand. Cyclohexane. This is cyclohexane. Now I will not draw the structure of benzene for you. Benzene. You will now see benzene. Look at benzene. Just like it. But the difference is you will put 0 there. I hope you understand. So this is benzene. This is the modern structure of benzene. Now let me tell you the major way of drawing benzene. This is benzene, right? This is benzene. This is the modern structure. If they ask you, okay, I'm coming to that aspect. Now, this is the most correct structure for benzene. The most correct. Now, you still have another method of drawing. You can draw it like this. You see it now. Oh, sorry. You now be putting double bond, double bond, double bond. So this is another method of drawing benzene. So I can still redraw it. So I hope you understand. So this is another method of drawing benzene. So we put it like this. Put it like this. So this is another method of drawing what? Benzene. So we still draw it. Benzene will now look like this. Wow. So these are, I'm still drawing another method of drawing benzene again. You can still draw it like this. So this is another method of drawing benzene. This, this, this. I hope you understand. So we now be putting one hydrogen each. One hydrogen each. By now you should be able to draw benzene now. You put hydrogen here, sha. This thing is not writing. It has reached the extreme end. Just know that hydrogen is here. So this is another hydrogen. Now they ask you what's the formula for benzene. So C6H6. So that's just it. Now you should know that because I can start my double bond anywhere. So benzene what? Benzene structure, it exhibits what we call, please take note, resonance. Resonance. So if they ask you who give us this structure, this old structure, you will say Augusto Kekule or Kekul. Just know the spelling. That's the most important. So it exhibits what? Resonance. Now, how can we form benzene? We can form it from benzoic acid. Though they may not touch question on this, but you know that I know what they can ask. Though I don't say you should not read it, but I'm just saying they may not touch it. You know that Jamb can be, they can be changed, but they may not touch it. So I'm not saying you should not read it too. Especially this area of resonance. They normally ask questions on benzene, no doubt. But the preparation, I'm not sure. So, but I don't say you should not read it. Don't say it is our teacher that said we should not read it. So I don't say you should not read it too. This is benzoic acid. This is H5 COOH. That's the formula for benzoic acid. This is how to draw the structure for benzoic acid. So if you don't know how to draw it, it's just like you just draw benzene. I hope you understand. You know that this benzene, just put COOH there. If they ask you to draw phenol, phenol is just like benzene that has OH. Just put it on the top. That's phenol. So don't let anyone stress you. So this is phenol. Just put your OH. Is it difficult? No. I hope you understand. This is phenol. Just put your OH. There are some things you just be disturbing yourself. So we can prepare benzene from benzoic acid. Then we can also, I don't say we prepare it from phenol. I'm just drawing the structure so that you can know how to draw phenol. So we can get it from benzoic acid. We can also get it from, though it is still part of this notes. So let me skip it for now. We can also get it from polymerization of 18. Polymerization of 18 using nickel as catalyst. So we can get it from that. So we are still coming to it. So I'm going to just leave it here. Let's continue. So let's still continue. What else do we have on the item? Now, okay, what we have on the item, we have already know that. Now, when I teach you guys water, you know that we have done water, 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 water. So if it comes in your exam, you must be able to smash it. So you must be able to smash it. Oh yeah, write everything you know about water that I've taught you. Write, drop it in the comment section. So, water. Now, what we are doing now is, you know that in some communities, they are not allowed to dig well. It is the water the government provide for the community, or the community will be what? Drinking. Now, can the community drink a water that is dirty? No. So it means the government must preserve the water for them. Now, that's why chemistry now brings us. You know that chemistry has to do with chemicals. That's what we normally think, though it's more than that. So, water now is that how we treat water for stand supply. Now, we have a topic called treatment of water for tank supply. So we are moving from one topic to another. So if you are not in this class, if you are not writing, you are wrong though. So the first thing we are doing is aeration. So that's the first process in treatment of water. Aeration is like addition of, it's like air. Maybe just it has to do with air. So aeration, air. It has to do with air. The second thing is coagulation. Coagulation. You know that coagulation is like gathering the germs. Gathering. It's like gathering the dirt inside the water. So gathering dirt inside the water using some chemicals. So I think we use alum or something. I think we use alum for coagulation. So I think we use alum. Yes. Another thing is, another method for preparation is decantation. So another method is what? Decantation or sedimentation. We are still coming to filtration. We have not got into that place. It's step by step. Though some textbook may not list all this, but these are part of it. But I will tell you the aspect you should take notes very well. For example, now coagulation, they will ask you which element is responsible for coagulation. Don't forget alum. Please take notes. You guys should take notes that alum is a double salt. Alum is a what? Double salt. I hope you understand. So that's it. I think we have two types of alum. We have potash alum and we have alum. So that's just it. Alum is a double salt. Please take notes. So double salt is a salt that contains two salts. Decantation or sedimentation. Now, when we're talking of decantation, at times when we have water at home and we see dirt inside the water, you know, we normally do some method like this, that we are going to try to let the dirt go and stay downward. That is, we will let the water settle. They will just tell us that let the water settle. Maybe you want to drink a water and maybe a cockroach join. No, I don't say it's a cockroach, maybe a little dirt. They will now say we should let maybe the water has reached down, but because of our laziness we cannot go and fetch a clean water. So we are now going to let that dirt settle to the ground. So we are now going to pour the clean water up on this. So that's what we are doing in what? Decantation. So and sedimentation. So that's what we are really doing in those two methods. Now we are now moving to what? Filtration. So filtration, it has to do with the use of filter bed. So it has to do with what? The use of filter bed. Don't forget filtration. Normally, the way we normally do filtration is that, though the filtration we are doing here is different from the filtration that we do in separation techniques that we will run funnel. So it's different. So they are different, but it's just like the one that we use funnel for. So the filter bed is going to be working like filter paper, so that the dirt cannot pass through the filter bed. So that's just it. So some dirt will be accumulated in the filter bed so that they will not follow the water, Another method is what? Chlorination. Now this is one of the most important aspects there. Him and this coagulation, they normally ask question on it. Please, I don't say you should not take note of the rest, and this I think filtration also. So chlorination, they normally ask. Chlorination is just addition of chlorine. Addition of what? Chlorine. Now they will now ask you most of the time. Addition of chlorine. Most of the time, they will now ask you what is the essence of chlorine in treatment of water for tank supply. So the reason why we add chlorine is that it is used for what? For removing germs. I hope you understand. For removing germs. So hence we can say chlorine is what? Is a germicide. Chlorine is a germicide. So we can also say killing germs, right? So it's a germicide. So that's just it. You see, we have learnt a lot today. So if you are not writing, you are wrong. Go. Now we now say cations that cause sadness. I've told you this already, but I still want you to know that cations that can cause sadness. If you know it, please drop it in the comment section. I've taught you. So cations that can cause sadness. So is what? I told you that Ca2 plus and Mg2 plus. Though that day I told you that cause temporary. That's CaHCO3 into bracket 2 and Mg in HCO3 into bracket 2. These ones they call temporary hardness. If you still remember, these ones they call temporary hardness of water. Permanent hardness of water. What causes it? Drop it in the comment section, because I've taught you this. If you don't still know this till this time, they should beat you. In fact, you deserve a king. So CaSO4 and MgSO4. Though in some sense textbook you can still see Fe there, but I don't want you to bother your brain. Most of the time it's just these two they will ask you. So don't rack your brain. So it means we can still have FeSO4 here to cause hardness. But in case you don't see these two, just know that FeSO4 also causes it. So I don't know if Jamb can change the mode of questions they ask you, but in our own time they don't ask us things like that. Now let's go to physics. You can see that it's an overview. It's an overview that we are doing. So let's go to physics. Though we have the video is already in the Telegram. I shouldn't touch it very well, so I'll just talk about it. So I'm not going to write anything because the video is in the Telegram group. So let me write it. Video is in the Telegram group. So if you are not watching the video in the Telegram group, so that's just it. You are just delaying yourself. I will not write anything. I will just read it for you. So that's just it. Because I intentionally make the video for you guys, but some of you don't watch it. An electric line of force is an imaginary line whose tangent. So you can be writing now. Electric line of force is an imaginary line whose tangent, and no one will ask you definition in Jamb, but for your WAEC and NECO, they will ask you. Electric line of force. If you are doing Jamb and WAEC, I expect you to be writing something down, because you cannot compare yourself with those doing just Jamb. Jamb is very simple than those doing WAEC and NECO, because you have a lot of questions for you to write on. So WAEC and NECO is easy if you are not lazy to read and write. So electric line of force is an imaginary line whose target at any point gives the direction of the field. So you can also say it is a path through which a small isolated positive charge would tend to travel if placed in that field. So let's go to electric field intensity. So let's define that. Electric field. Electric field is a region where the electric force can be experienced or felt. So now let's go to properties of electric line of force. It's already in the video class in the Telegram group. So those of you that are in my tutorial. Now, properties of electric line of force. It starts from positive charge. It starts from positive charge and end at negative charge. That is the line of force. It starts from positive charge and end at negative charge. Line of force cannot cross each other. Another thing is, in a uniform field, line of forces are straight, parallel, and evenly spaced. Another thing is, the closer the line of forces, the stronger the field, and vice versa. Another thing is, a free positive charge. Am I too fast? Please, I have to be fast. A free positive charge will continue to travel in space without termination. So that's where I leave it for you. So the rest you have to read it. We have electric field, electric potential also, but I cannot touch it again. Watch your video in Telegram group. So I'm going out back to English. So I'm going back to what? English. So what do we have in English? We have what we call, okay. So we are doing difference in word. When we have stationary, the word stationary means static. Look at the word oh. Now when we now have stationary, I don't know this pronunciation, but the spelling I know. Except if you are in the pronunciation is not really important, except when we are in oral English. Except if you are in what? Oral English. Now stationary is different from stationary. Stationary is like a bookshop. Is where you buy what? Where to buy book. Like a bookshop. Where to what? Buy book. Or what? Or bookshop. Or bookshop. So that's just it. Now let's still go to another place. We have what we call staff. Two types of staff. The same spelling. Staff. Again. The same spelling. So staff means personnel. That is a person working in a place. Personnel, that is a person that is employed. Now another staff means a group of army. So group of army. So that's another thing for a staff. So another thing is what else do we have? We have vilify. If I vilify, and also staff means rod. Yes. So you can see those words, they mean different. So vilify, what's the meaning of vilify? If you know the answer, drop it in the comment section. So vilify means if I criticize you. To criticize means vilify. To criticize. Please take note of all these words. Now, there's something you should note. Things you should note. Things you should note. Please take notes. Things you should note. You should not use should with in case. Please, there are some people that normally make this mistake. They will be saying, should in case the lecture is not going to start. That's very, very wrong. If you want to use should, use it. If you want to use in case, use it. But should in case, yeah, you have destroyed English. You have killed English. So if you want to use should, use it. If you want to use in case, use it. So should in case, you cannot use them words together. So if you want to use it, you can just say should. Should she come to wake me up? Or you can say in case. So you cannot use them together. In case she comes to wake me up. So that's just it. Now, another thing you should avoid. There's nothing like you are talking of position. You cannot be saying this is my maybe you are talking of age. You are now saying maybe Iyanu is the elder brother and Anu is the younger brother. Iyanu is now say, I am senior than you. You see that is what is a terrible English. So senior or and junior for position of authority or rank. So these are mistakes you should what avoid. So now if you want to say that for that of age, so senior and junior you can actually use them for position and rank. You can say that's my senior in the office, or that's Mr. Bankole is was my senior in secondary school then. So you can say that. But in terms of age, you can say someone is older than you. So, but you can also say Mr. Ade is elder than me. Ah, you see, say that you have destroyed English. You have killed it. So let's still continue. Another aspect you are still going is when we are talking of revenge. Revenge means you retaliate yourself. Means retaliate. So it means you retaliate yourself. It's not that they help you to revenge, to retaliate. But when you avenge, when someone avenge, it means that thing you avenge for is not that the person that own. Maybe someone slap you now. So if you slap it back, it means you revenge. But if a person, maybe your brother in the school, and that person is your classmate, your brother now came and come and beat the guy up, so it means your brother avenge for you. So avenge is something they do for you, but revenge, I don't advise you to avenge or revenge. So because it's of the devil, and a person that is going to heaven should not do that. So that's just it. So let's go to now. There's a idiom for revenge. So the revenge is, if you want to revenge, you just say, I will pay you in your own coin. I will pay you in your own coin. So that's the idiom for avenge, or for revenge rather. I will pay you in your own coin. So it means to revenge. So that's just it. I don't say you revenge you. Don't say we do it as in our class that we should be revenging, that we should revenge. So let me do this. Though these are, I will not be now. Let me do this for you. So we are still going to idiom again. You know that this is English. We are doing any subjects of our choice. Let me check whether you guys are still online. Let me check it on my phone, because I know, because you guys, you may have left the live streaming like that. Let me check, because I know you guys. I'm still monitoring you so that I know whether you're still there. Okay, I can see Emmanuel. So that's a very good boy. He's still up. Eh. Some of you that are serious, I'm already knowing you now. And those that are not serious, I'm knowing them. Honestly, why will you not be serious in your life this time? Ah, now we just have how many days left? Too? Okay, we have just today is April 2. So and this is already 11:50. So we just have how many days is that? Just 16 days. You guys should please quickly finish your exam. I too want to rest. So that's why I want to do everything I can do now, so that you guys will pass. I want you guys to pass. Please be serious with this tutorial. Please, 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 please. So that's just it. What did I want to do, Seth? Okay, we are continuing what idiom. So I may be giving you some break now, but I don't want to end the class. You guys, I don't. I want to stop you tonight. Let me see where I'm going to stop. There's still a lot for us to do. I want us to do mathematics tonight. There's a measuration that I want us to do. Okay, let's quickly do in the idioms. So this is already 11:50 something. So idioms. So when they say someone is tied to an apron, tied to apron, to be tied to the apron. Now, tied to the apron, you know that there are some people cooking when we are when we are small children. You see that our parents, they are going to tie us to the apron, right? Now, you are still old enough now. Now you are not. I don't pray this happen to you. You are now old enough. Everything after getting married, you are still going back. Everything like this that happen in your family, you still be going to your mother. How will it happen? Should I buy a car? Should I do? So it means you are tied to the apron. So it means you are still under what? Your mother's control. So that's the meaning of tied. So that's why I'm using illustration so that you can understand. To be what? So still under what? Under mother's control. Idiom is very easy if you are ready. So just solve a lot of past questions on idiom and phrasal verb. So on the interpretation, I told you that they only ask 5 questions. So it may be on phrasal verb. Phrasal verb is just like idiom also. Phrasal verb is like idiom and or idiom. Phrasal verb is like having put up, put on your clothes. So put on your clothes now. What's the meaning of if I say call up? What's the meaning of call up? If I say call up, what's the meaning of call up? If you know the answer, drop it in the comment section. So call up means those soldiers, they may just call them up at times that you should come for military service or NYSC. That's why you see those NYS, they be saying I collected call up letter. So that's call up. So if you don't know call up now, we will now be saying call up. They call a person on the phone and then the person go up. Phrasal verb we just want to just kind of use it. So call up, you will see now that is kind of different. Now let's continue with our idiom. Now another thing is to foot the bill. If I take you to the restaurant now and I told you that I will foot the bill, it means I will pay for the bill. I'm going to pay for it. Another thing is, what's the difference between born? You may have heard of this word and born. What's the meaning of BORN and BORNE? Now look at the difference. He was born by the American parents. He was born by American parents. But when we are using born, you can still say born, BORN. So that would be born of. So we use it born of, but born by. So that's how we use them. So that's just it. So you can now say born of God. He is born of Nigerian's family. So that's just it. Though we use born by more than that method. I hope you understand. So that's just it. So let's still continue. I'm still checking your comments. So you can see you can hear my voice. So I'm still checking you guys up whether you can hear me. So let's still continue. So let me still tell you more on born. So born now is like a past participle of be. Past participle of be. Past participle of be. Another thing is born. It deals with giving birth. It deals with what? Giving birth. So this should actually be, I think it should be born, but later I'm going to be talking about maybe. So you should, and they may be right by born by because of this bear. So that's just it. And they will not ask you something that is, they may ask you something complicated like this, but this question is kind of, because this bond you can still use this from for something that's not like bet. So that's why they say past participle of bear. And bond is that is bond that is used for mainly given bets. So it means this should be, I think, born by or born of. So that's just it. So let's leave that aside. So we still have two words that are kind of similar, bats and bad. This is how to pronounce this. Bad. Sorry. Bad. Bad. Bath. Bath. Bad. Bath. So that's just it. This one is like, I think this is the we are going to do oral English. We need to do this word, and I think this is this. You can see this symbol. If you don't know this symbol and you want to do Jamb, though they will not give you these symbols, they will just give you rhyme. We have rhyme in oral English. We have stress. We have stress pattern. Yes, those are the aspects they will ask you question on. Rhyme. They may ask you question. Maybe two question on rhyme. Stress. Maybe two question. Consonants. Maybe two questions. Vowel. Maybe two questions. They will just ask you like that. And I think emphatic stress. They may ask you two questions. So that's how they ask. You need to know structure of questions. How Jambo asks questions. So that's just it. You can see that I know almost every structures. So yeah, just asking you just these two questions. I've already listed it in the beginning of these videos. So that's these are the aspects they will ask you question. So that's just it. And don't forget, it is not constant. They may, instead of having 6, 8, 10 oral English, you may be seeing just 8. So you know that the question is being shuffled. So I'm not saying you will see exactly. You may see more than this. So please don't say it's by our teacher that said that we will not see more than this. Because Jamb is they shuffle it. We should be expecting something normally like this. So let's continue. Another thing we still have now is we still have some two words that are somehow equal like that. We have the word authoritarian. Authoritarian. And we have what we call authoritative. So you need to know the difference. Authoritarian and authoritative. So what is the meaning of authoritarian? If you know it, drop it in the comment section. So we have what's authoritarian and we have what's authoritative. So authoritarian is a person. Please take note of that. So authoritarian is a person who decrees. So it's like force, like those military head of states, if you know about them. So would decree, would would decree, just like those military would decree. and demand obedience. So and what they forces their belief and forces his belief on someone. That is a dictator. They are like a dictator. They dictates. So that's authoritarian. So let's go to authoritative. Now, I will advise you, maybe on your status, you may just be using these words to play on your status. So you may be using it to play on your status. So that's how you know English. English is very, very simple if you have passion for it. So authoritative is a person. So it's a person that have authority. So authority. So it has to do with authority. So that have authority. That have authority to decide what should be done. So that's just authoritator. Now let's go to arbitrator. When we are talking of arbitrator, now what's the meaning of arbitrator? So arbitrator is a person that settle a quarrel. So it's a person who settle quarrel between two parties. Between two parties. So let's still continue. Now we have two words. They are prefix, right? So they are prefix. So you know prefix, they are the word that precedes the root word. So prefix, where and they are like morphemes. You don't know morphemes. They are units of words. So by now you may not know morpheme. So but if you have a good English teacher, I would have taught you morpheme. Morpheme. The smallest unit of words of language. The smallest units, just like atom. So prefix, it precedes a word. So we are talking of prefix called anti and anti. We are looking for difference between them. So anti means against. So anti-terrorist, it means they are like people against the terrorists. Antibiotics, so something fighting against bacteria. You know that biotics has to do like bacteria. So that's why we take antibiotic drugs. So anti-malaria drugs, things like that. Anti means against. Now, when we are talking of anti, you hear the word antenatal. Antenatal. What's the meaning of natal? That has to do with birth. Anti is like something that happens before something happens. Now, let me use this as an example. We have something called ante-room. You know that when we go to some offices, maybe you go to your mom's office, you're going to notice that maybe you go to the principal office, you're going to get to a room before you get to the principal office. So that room is like an ante-room to the principal office. That room will be maybe a short room, but when you get to the principal office, that one will be larger than the ante-room. So ante-room is like, ante means like a like pre, something pre, a place you get to before you get to the final stage. So just like pre, but they are different. Pre is different from ante, but they are little bit synonymous. Now let's go to another aspect. Appendix. Appendix. Please take note of this thing. Don't say they are not important. They may just appendix in some of the textbook, if you are very good in observing. So we have appendix in the textbook. What's the meaning of appendix? So it means additional. So additional part of the book. So if you have not been reading from the beginning, please, you are wrong. Go of the book. So now the plural form of appendix is what? Appendices. Now, how do you write the plural form of appendices that represent that of additional parts of the book? Now we have two types of appendix. Appendix that has to do with part of the book. The plural form will be appendices. That is, it will end with CE. That's the reason why I come there. But that of appendix, you know that we have appendix in our body. Do you know that we have appendix in our body? The singular form of appendix will be like this, but the plural form, instead of CES, it will now be XES. Please take note of that. So that's why you see some people suffering of what? Appendicitis. That is, they have to do surgery to remove the appendix. So appendix, when appendix means part of the body. So if you still remember what I call it, drop it in the comment section. What the appendix will be when it is part of the body, the plural form will be. So the video is still up and running. I don't think you guys are still online because you are not dropping your comments. You know that's what it normally causes a problem when you're not dropping your comments when you are supposed to drop it. Or should I end the video? Please drop your comments when necessary. So what is the plural form of appendix that when it means part of the body? So I'm subjected to correction. If you notice any mistake in the video so far, please drop it. Or if you have a question, drop it. So the class will still end, but I will still do a lot. So don't be here when we ended the class. So let's continue. So when it is part of the body, the plural form will be appendices. The plural form will be appendices. That way it will be like this. And cover it. So that will be appendices. Now let's still continue. We now go to difference between alternative and option. So the difference, we are just looking at the difference. They may just ask you to find the difference between them. That is, they will ask you to find best complete. Now, alternatives, it means when you have just what? Two more chances. So you are left with just what? Two more chances, or even one. So okay, two more chances, but option. So option, it has to do with it is more than two choice. So that is what option, or even more than two chance. So if I tell you that you have no alternative, it means you have no more than what? One option or two options. So that's just it. If I say you must marry the girl, you have no alternative. It means you have no option. You must marry the girl by force. Though I'm not forcing you to marry you. I'm just saying that. So If I also say you must study medicine and surgery, you have no alternative. You must study what? Medicine and surgery. And you must comment on this video. You have no alternative. It means you must. You have no choice. You have no chance. You must comment on this video. And now, as you are hearing me now, you must drop your comments. You have no alternative. So let's still continue. Now let's go to we are still coming back to idioms again. We are still in English. We are still coming back to idioms. You can see that in my notes I have a lot of idioms. So, but I know that if you are not doing this, it will not. So, the first idiom I have here, please, if you see any problem in the spelling, please don't mind me. So, the first idiom we have here is obscene choice. So, what's the meaning of obscene choice? So, it means no other choice, just like no alternative. So, no choice. That is obscene choice. So, it's a situation in which a person have no other choice but to take what is available. So another thing is obnubbing. What's the meaning of obnubbing? Obnubbing. If I ask you what's the meaning of obnubbing, if you know it, drop it in the comment section. So obnubbing means to move around with rich people so that you can collect money from them. So that's a thief. To move around with rich people to collect money. Thief. You cannot work for your own money. So obnubbing. So use these words. Use this in your. You can post on your status. Use this with your friends. I don't say you should insult them because they will just beat you. So I don't say you should insult them. So we are still under. There are some spelling drill that I have here, but I'm not going to score it. Most of them may not come out. And you yourself you should be trying yourself in some spelling drill, but I'm not going to drop it because of our time. Now, we are still under idioms. I think this obnomy is not an idiom, just obscene choice. Now, pros and cons. If I ask you what's the meaning of pros and cons, pros and cons. So pros and cons means do's and don'ts. Do's and don'ts. If I ask you what is the do's and don'ts of Evans live class, you must comment and you must attend class. So that is just pros and cons. Another thing is I think we have what else again? We have the okay, when they sound something, someone is in a state of bewilder. When someone is another word for bewilderment. Sorry, bewilderment. So that is confounded or a state of confusion. When you see someone is in dilemma, so that person is between the devil and the deep blue sea. So that's still another idiom, between the devil and deep blue sea. So it means if you go to the right hand side, the devil will take you. If you still go to the deep blue sea, you will drown in the. I'm not saying you. I'm just using that as an example. So if they say someone is between the devil and the deep blue sea, it means it has nothing you can do because it's between the devil and the deep blue sea. Deep blue sea is a sea that's very very deep. That if you just jump inside it, the person can die. He will die. So and the devil also is beside. You know that the devil it has three missions: to kill, steal, and destroy. So to steal, kill, and destroy. So that's just it. So if you say, so that's another idioms. So between the devil and the deep blue sea, I think that's a difficult situation or something. Yes. So let's go to. I see one of them here. Oh, I see this. Okay, I'm coming back to it. I saw it in my own Jamb. It's very simple, but so I saw it in my own Jamb. For long. What's the meaning of for long? I'm not talking about this. Oh, I'm coming back to the one I see. So it means forlorn hope means something wanted by you, wanted by you very much, despite the slim chance. Something you want, despite the what? The slim chance. So that's just it. So let's go to the one I said I saw in my own jump. So it's something you even know. If I say something is archaic, archaic. So I saw the English in my archaic. Some archaic means something that is old, outdated, obsolete. So that just it's archaic, outdated. So that's just it. So I think they asked me nearest in meaning or opposite in meaning. So that's why I said you should know structure in which jam set questions. It's because I solved a lot of past questions then. And mind you, people normally ask lowest mark in their English. Please, I don't know why. It's because English is very, very hard for people to get everything. But I pray it will not be hard for you. If you are just hearing it, say amen. So what else again? Okay. So please take note of English. People normally underrate it. That's why people score low here. So and biology too. Those two subjects, people normally score low in it. I don't know why. So uh so it's old fashioned. So archaic, outdated, old fashioned. So that's just it. So let's still continue. Now let's go to annihilation. Annihilation means to destroy something completely. Annihilation. Annihilation. Just like animation. But this one is different too. Annihilation means to destroy something completely. The great annihilation. You know that this world we are living in to be destroyed one day by God. So due to the morality, due to uh the corruption of the world, so it's going to be destroyed, and it has been an revelation that's going to come pass. So now when we're talking of extinction, maybe someone is dead, that person has gone into extinction. You know that in biology we normally say that a particular species has gone into an extinction. It means that species you cannot even see it again. For example, there are some wild goats now that you cannot see their species again because they have hunted them. They cannot be found again. So extinction, it means oblivion, death, oblivion, oblivion. Something that's kind of not really relevant again. Oblivion, not existing again. Yes, not existing. So it's not something you use with a people. Oblivion is something that is dead. That's just it. So exterminate, I think it's just like annihilate. So that's just it. When we are talking of dwindling, where something is dwindling, if I say the naira is dwindling, it means it's declining. So what else again? Just like deteriorating also. Just like deteriorating. So let's go to continuation of benzene. Should I do that? So because of our time, I'm not able to touch benzene. Though that's what we have in our list now. Okay, let me quickly brush it up. Let me brush it up. Benzene. Okay, let's do the preparation of benzene. Let's do the benzene. Let's go back to chemistry. So I told you benzene is 6 H6, right? That this is a compound. So you should be able to draw the compound now. This is the whole structure. Don't forget, construct anyway. You now be putting one hydrogen each until you reach 6. It fills all of them. So this is just benzene for you. So and you can also draw it like this. So either way. So which one is easy? Just draw this. Don't waste your time. So that's just it. So this, I told you that the structure is given to us by Augustus Kekule. So that's what is, that name uh is funny. Now, what's the meaning of resonance? I told you that benzene, the recipe was resonance. What's the meaning of resonance? So resonance is the ability of a compound. Is the ability of a compound. You know that I told you that benzene can form more than one structure. So that's the reason why it forms what? It exhibits resonance. To have more than one structure. Now, all the things we have done today, please check your textbook and read more. Please, because this book of mine is just an overview. I don't say you should depend on it mainly. Check your textbook and read, please. And the place I say you should watch video, watch those videos. So let's still continue. Now let's look at the main source of benzene. The main source of benzene. That is, how do we find benzene and its derivatives? Don't forget that benzene is a what? It's an aromatic compound. Don't forget, benzene is an aromatic compound. Aromatic, that is, it has aroma. You know that we normally use aroma for smell, a smell of food. Don't forget, it's still in English. They may ask you in your English. They will just put in the option aroma, scent, perfume. So you know that English is applied to everything. So, and the main source of benzene and its derivatives, like, you don't forget that the derivatives of benzene is like anthracene. In the video I made, I draw the structure for the introduction of organic chemistry. So if you have not watched the video, watch it. Naphthalene. Derivatives of they are derivative for benzene. Naphthalene. Yes. So naphthalene, put A here. So their main source is coal. So that's just it. So other sources is, so please write everything in these notes. Other sources is from cracking. And what's cracking? Is the breaking of large molecules of petroleum into smaller molecules. You know, I've taught you cracking. So we use cracking. So that's just it. Now let's go to laboratory preparation of benzene. The preparation of benzene. So I'm not sure we're going to weld benzene because benzene is kind of wide. So maybe we should just end it here and go to mathematics quickly, because I won't want something that will waste our time. Let's go to mathematics, and that will be on calculation, which is mesuration. Please, we have to leave benzene for now. So let's go to mathematics. So it's only biology we don't touch because biology is not. I'm not studying biology then. So it's my one of my old notes then. That's why I said you should write everything I'm doing tonight. So the topic we are doing is mesoration, and there is no exam you will do. So it's surely come. It may not be one and one, two or two questions. It shall come. So I think this night it favors those that are doing mathematics. Yes, don't worry. This is a square. Don't forget. This is a square. Now, this is what we ask you. What is the area of a square? Length square. What is the volume? Normally, it is very rare for them to ask you the volume of a square. That's area times height. That's just that. Now, let's go to rectangle. So you know that rectangle is, let's just put them like this. Rectangle. The area of a rectangle is, don't forget, the perimeter of a square is just uh, foil. Don't forget that is just add them together. So rectangle, this is rectangle, right? We have the length and we have the breadth. Now the area of a rectangle is length times breadth. The perimeter is just add everything together. That is L 2L plus 2B. That's just it. Now let's go to the we have cube. Now when we now move to cube and cuboid, you'll be having something we call total surface area and a curved, though we may not be talking of curved surface area on cube because cube it doesn't have curved surface area mainly. Now this is a cube. You must draw it in a form of square, but because all the sides of a cube are equal, so it's square you're drawing. You are not drawing a rectangle, but that of cuboid you'll be drawing rectangle each. If you look at it, how many sides do we have? One. This one side. Please don't let this diagram confuse you. This one side. Just like if you take a Maggie in your hand, you will notice that Maggie has what? 6 sides. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This back 6. So that's just it. So 6 sides. Now, if you look at it, it has C square, right? And I told you that the area of a square is what? L square. So now the total surface area of a cube is just 6. You just multiply it by the area of square. So you see it's very simple. Now if I ask you to find the volume of a cube, so it's very rare for them to ask you, but just know it. Just say length as breadth as height. Now let's go to cuboid. Now cuboid, I told you that cuboid is different, that you have to use a rectangle. So do you get that? So you draw a rectangle instead of a square. So in terms of cuboid it's different because we are going to be making use of height. So this is a cuboid. So all sides of a cuboid are not equal. So the total surface area will be different. So that will be 2LB. Please take notes. You don't see that I take any book in my hand. I'm not looking at my book at this time. I'm just writing it off, and for this one, for this type of cuboid, 2LH plus 2BH. So that was total surface area for cuboid. So don't mind my spelling. So that's for cuboid. So let's still continue. Don't forget that L is our length and our B is what's breadth. Don't say our teacher don't tell us what's the length. Our H is our height. So please, you are doing mathematics, you must score very high because mathematics is very simple. Now let's continue. Now, what if it is a open cuboid? They may now tell you is what for this one is for closed cuboid. They may now tell you that what is a open cuboid? The total surface area for open cuboid. Though they don't normally ask for open, but if they ask, I've seen a question like that they ask. I think they ask LB plus 2LH. So the rest is just for LB you will remove plus 2LH. So the class is ending to. You know that's how I've been saying soon, 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 soon. And the class yet is not ending. Yes, don't worry. It's April 19. After April 19, I will also have time to rest. So let's go to rectangular tank. So rectangular tank, you may see in the question, whenever you say we have rectangular tank is just like cuboid. So you just use the formula for cuboid. So please don't let them confuse you, please. Or if they say square tank, so square tank will be cube. Please know that. But it is this one that's very, very important, very, very, because we form rectangle, we form cuboid using what? Rectangle. So that just, and we form cube using what? A square. So let's still continue. Now we go to cylinder. So that of cylinder, we have volume for cylinder, and that's very common. So that's a cube. So this is the radius of a cylinder, and a cylinder we always have a height. Now we have the cross sectional area. Now we are now in, when we are talking of cross sectional area, curved, something that is curved. You know that in a cylinder we normally have a curved surface there, but in those of rectangular cuboid cube, there's nothing like curved surface area there. That's why for a cylinder we normally have curved surface area of a cylinder, and the curved surface area is just pi r square. Now when we now go into volume of, so we're now going to volume of cylinder. So that will be area of this cross section times height. So that will be pi r square h. So that's just it. So we have moved. Now we are now going to total surface area of a cylinder. They normally ask that one also. That will just be 2 pi r square plus 2 pi r h. Please note the formula. You now bring 2 pi r out. You're having r plus h. So let's continue. You see that's how I've been saying let's continue. Now let's go to cone. Please take note of everything we do tonight. You know I'm kind of repeating it. So this is a cone. So this is the curved surface. This is the base of the cone of a circle. Now they ask you to find the total surface area of a cone. In a cone we have radius, we have the slant height, and we have the vertical height. Please take note. This is the vertical height. If they say slant height, this is the slant height. L is the slant height. Slant height, that is height that is slant. When something is slant, it's not straight. So this is slant height. So this is slant height, and this is the vertical height. Or you may just say just height. But if they don't mention slant, just know that this is the height, and this is r, this is the radius. Now they may just say you should find the slant height and give you the height and radius. Just know that you just use your Pythagoras theorem. So that's L square. So that will just be S square plus R square. So that's just it. So another thing you should know is we have for cone, we have total surface area, and that's pi r square plus pi r l, and that will be pi r into r plus l. That's just to find total surface area. Now let's go to curved surface area. That is CSA is curved surface area. So that's just pi r square. Now there's something under this thing. Now they may just say you should find this angle. You know that we have just this side. You know that we are still going to have the same side here also. So it means they may just say you should find the entire angle of a cone. Now you know that the entire angle will be theta, right? Now, okay, let me use alpha. Now, the half of the angle now will be alpha over 2. The half of the angle will be what? Alpha over 2. Alpha over 2 here. Now let me bring this one out. So it will now be alpha over 2. This will be L. This will be radius. This will be height. So it will now be what? Don't forget. Now, for me now to get alpha over 2, I'm going to use sine. Sine is opposite over hypotenuse. I can use cos also. I can use anything just to get the angle. So sine alpha over 2 is equals to r over L. Now, how do I find the alpha over 2? It will now be alpha over 2 is equals to arc sine r over L. So that's just alpha. Now, if you now want to get alpha, you now multiply by 2. You multiply both sides by 2. So that is how you get your alpha. So you cannot multiply 2 by this L. This, you just know how to do it, sha. So alpha will be 2 times arc sine r over L. So they may just ask you to find alpha. And they will ask you, I don't say you cram the formula, but just know the approach to find angle. Now, there's something we now call, okay, volume of a cone. So after that, we'll be going to how to convert a cone to, sorry about that, volume of a cone. So we go to volume of a cone. So volume of a cone is just, you know that volume of a cone, you cannot cut a cone into two equal interval. So instead of just having pi r square, you must put 1 over 3 here. So pi r square h. So that's the volume for a cone. So you can see that in volume of a cone, we are not using slant height. So that's another method for understanding. So another thing you should know is now how to convert a sector to a cone. So this calculation, they normally ask it. So this is a circle and we have a sector. If you look at the sector, it resembles a cone. This is a sector. This is a sector. And this is a cone. A cone, you must have this. So that's why it's different from sector. Now, this is not what they normally do in a cone. They will not say this is the radius, right? This is radius. Now, you know that in a cone, this will be the length, slant height, right? Now they will now ask you to do. They will now ask you to find this base radius. Base radius. Now there's a formula we're now going to use. Base radius now will be, that is this base radius. So you now be now this is how now what's going. You know that in a circle, we normally say, okay, this is what you'll be doing. You'll be saying length of an arc. Length of an arc is equals to perimeter of a circle as is perimeter of this circle of this cone. You know that normally perimeter of a circle is 2 pi r. Now we are not talking of the perimeter of this circle of a cone. So we now be center of its base circle. So that will be length of an arc is theta over 360 times 2 pi r. Now this one is base radius, so you now be perimeter will now be perimeter of a circle is 2 pi r. Instead of now becoming normal r, you now be base radius. Now you just do like this, 2 pi cancel 2 pi. Now this is the formula to now find the base radius of a cone. RB theta over 360 r. So that's how to find it. So that's just it. So this is the formula where rp is the what? Base radius of a cone. So r is the radius of sector. So we still move. So that's just it. So if they ask you a calculation, find base radius of a cone. So that's how to find it. And if they give you base radius of a sector, base area of a cone, and they ask you to find the radius of a sector, just find this, make this Soviet formula, and they will give you the angle of the circle. That's just it. So I think I have a question here. Now they ask us, okay, I have a question here. So let's do this question. That will be our last thing. You say that teacher said, yeah, we will end the class since we have not ended it. So that will be our last question for today. Let's solve the question. That's the question we are solving today. They said a sector of a circle. A sector of a circle of radius 7 centimeter subtending an angle of 70 degree. Sorry about that, 270 degree. At the center of the circle of is used to form a cone. You see it now. They will say a circle is used to form a cone. So that's just it. You will know. If they give you question on this, you will know. So so they now said find. So you will know if they ask you to find it. The base radius of a cone. B, calculates the area of the base of the cone. So that's just it. They now give you pi 22/7. So your solution. They ask you to find the base radius of the cone. Don't forget our formula is rb is equals to theta over 360 times radius of the sector. Now they say a sector of circle of radius 7 centimeters. So it means this 7 centimeters is the radius of the sector. So base radius will now be, what's our angle? They've given us 270. So 270 over 360. What's our R? 7. 0 cancel 0. 3 here. Okay. 9 here. 3. 9 here. 4. So let's continue. 3 times 7. So at the end of the day, we're having 5.25 centimeter. So that's our base radius. Now, we have gotten our what? Base radius to be what? 5.25 centimeters. So that's just it. That's our A. Now our B. They now say we should find area of the base of the cone. And earlier on I told you that the curved surface area of a cone is, that is the area of the base of the cone, is pi r square. So this is the formula we are using. So pi r square B, and that will be 22/7. What's our radius? 7 square. 7 here. 22 times 7. So that's just press your calculator and get your answer. Sorry, They said the radius of the the base radius rather 5.25 square. So we now having what? 86.25. So 86.25. So that's where we draw the curtain for today. Okay, maybe let us solve question on the. I don't feel like stopping this class. I want to fire. I feel like doing some questions, especially the uh the places we do some things. Because if you are not solving questions, like it's like we are just playing. So I would like us to solve questions. So let me check out some questions that we can quickly solve based on what you have learned today. Yes. Let me check whether we are still connected. All right, I think we are still connected. Yes. Though I think you are offline already. So it means I'm the only one that I'm now doing the class. No problem. It is after Jamb. Don't worry. So no one can even wait for me to end the class. All right. So I will I'll be free from you guys by April 19th. So let me look for questions and solve it. So once you guys come up, you're going to be the one to so I'm going to be ending the video soon, but we need to solve questions. And it's going to be on things we have learned so far. So hold on guys, it's because I'm checking for yes, you can see it now. That it's good to solve questions. So I'm going to tell you now. You can see it now. So that's the way. That's why I said it's good to solve past questions. You see now. So I think this is a jam question. Yes, they said in the course of purifying water, for town supply, the water is passed. So it's quite tricky. If you are not very, it's passed. It's passed through large settlings. Tanks. So containing sodium aluminate 3 To remove, so they say, what do we remove with sodium aluminate in large settlings? A. Large particles. Number two, jams. Number three is option C, fine particles. Don't forget I told you that what will we use to remove jams? Chlorine. Option D, that is odor. So what is the answer? So the answer is large particles. Please take note of that. I told you earlier that we use alum for coagulating, but though this one is not alum really, they said sodium alumate 3. So it's used to remove what? Large particles. That's the essence of solving past question. And then when you don't solve it now, you may be choosing something different. So let's continue. Now, I told you that this they normally ask, I don't know why. Chlorination of. So I've already told you the answer the other time. Please, as I'm writing the question, be dropping the answer in the comment section. So it's carried out to A, make the water colorless. Option B, remove germs from the water. Another thing is option C, make the water tasteful. Make the water tasteful. Another thing is option D, remove odor from the water. So what's the answer? Drop it in the comment section. So the answer is actually, you already know already. I've even said it in the previous video where we did. So that's option B. So that's that for today. So they say they react the same question again. That's why I say you should note that aspect. Water for tank supply is chlorinated to make it free from A, bad color, B, bacteria, C, temporary hardness, D, hardness. So what's the answer? Just bacteria. Bacteria is also like germs. So chlorine helps to keep water from germs and bacteria. So that's just for today. So I hope you have gained something. So for your mathematics, you can solve past questions on uh what we have learned. So that's that for today's class. Bye.